Keppel REITs. So of course, same thing. First thing, I actually look at the property portfolio. So just to give you a sense, they have this kind of tall and swanky, we call it grade A office. Grade A office. So I think all this don't need introduction. Ocean Financial Center, Marina Bay, One Raffles Quay. Occupancy rate, that is something I actually look for. I want it to be more than 90%. So this passed my test. So by the way, if let's say you don't know how to differentiate grade A, grade B, so the joke is grade A offices, right? If you actually go and take the lift, there's no button for you to press. And those are usually grade A office. Okay. So yeah, that's one way to see whether are they grade A or not. So basically, grade A officers, they are the sort of the prime officers in the particular area. Now, for Keppel REIT, they not only have properties in Singapore, so they have only about 79%. They also have property in Australia, so you can have a visual, quick visual of how they look at. Most of them, it still tends to be like grade A type of offices. The other thing quite interesting about Keppel REIT here is this, you can see, in fact, most of the properties, they don't have 100% ownership. So Ocean Financial Center is 80%, Marina Bay is 33%, One Raffles Quay is 33%. So as you can see, this one is 50-50. So this is actually quite unique to Keppel. Most of the time, like we actually talk about the last month one, CapitaLand, most of them, they have 100%. So for this, they have non-100%. So good and bad. So of course, you can say that they are more diversified in this case. But if let's say they don't have 100%, they have the less capability to make decision. So let's say, for example, is it time to do a renovation work for One Raffles Quay? So all the three parties they have to agree. Okay. So good and bad. So can't really say whether is it good or bad here. And they also have properties in Japan, very small, and South Korea. I think there's only one property. Okay, but predominantly it's actually still in Singapore. So if you actually talk about REITs, office REITs, predominantly in Singapore, I think you're talking about Keppel and Keppel and probably just CapitaLand Integrated Commercial Trust. Maybe the Mapletree one also can consider, but the main two is actually still Keppel and CapitaLand. So can't run away from these two if you actually want to invest in office REITs in Singapore. Okay, now as I mentioned, all the REITs I want to invest in have to pass this. Luckily, still can find. If you actually compare 2H, this is second half 22 and 23. So there is MPI growth, net property income growth. So this is important to me. That means their rental is actually going up. Rental is going up. So this one have no consideration of the interest. This one is just talking about is your rental going up? Your rental minus the rental related cost, like your property management firm, is it going up? So yes, it's actually going up. Okay, now let's look at the dividend profile. You can see that yes, during 2019, okay, so not too bad. So 2019, even during COVID period, is going up. However, the most recent one, it actually came down. So the interest, interestingly, has been quite impactful. The interest cost to a lot of REITs has been quite impactful. Even unlike CapitaLand, CapitaLand, the MPI went up, the dividend also went up. Okay, that means the renter can cover the interest cost increase, but not so lucky for Keppel. However, I still think it's quite interesting because the price actually dropped. If you ask me, a bit too much. The price had dropped a bit too much. So I'm actually still quite keen to look at Keppel. Okay, so business analysis, financial by financial statement. So financial statement, I look at two ratios. Interest cover and leverage. So they have this thing called adjusted interest cover. I keep looking what have they adjusted. I can't really find, but nevertheless, both of them will pass my test. I need interest cover ratio more than 3, so both will pass. And aggregate leverage less than 40, so pass. Okay, so this one, the debt maturity profile, I want it to be less than 35. I don't want to have one particular year whereby it's more than 35%. So, okay, this one very good. Well spread out. I think this is okay. I wouldn't have any heart attack. Okay, so these are the things I do for financial analysis. And lastly, I do for pricing. So same thing, I actually go and calculate the average price for that particular. I go and download from Yahoo. So the dividends, I get it from the company website, as you can see here. And I can actually calculate the dividend yield for the year. So I get the dividend divided by the average price. I do it over the past 5 years. So then after that, I average out this 5 years again. The fair yield is about 5.4%. 5.4%. Okay, so hopefully by now you know how to calculate my fair yield. So basically it's the average dividend yield over the past 5 years, as you can see here. Today, if I base on past 12-month dividend, which is 5.8 cents, current price is 86. So my current dividend yield is 6.7%. So if you ask me, yep, this REIT, is it affected by the interest? Yes, but I do think that the price has overcorrected. That is my opinion. So anyway, I am a fan of Singapore office REITs, and if you want to go for a Singapore office, there's not many you can choose from. Like I said, this one, the CapitaLand one, and the Mapletree one. So yep, this is my REIT selection for this month.